Hey guys, how's it going? Coming at you today with a little bit different type of video than what we normally do. As you guys know, it is the end of September, and that starts one of my favorite times of year, which is deer season. I am an avid hunter as well as a fisherman, so we're going to go out here today. We're actually going to a wildlife management area that is very close to my home. It's only about a 20-30 minute drive from my house. I have not been out here in 3 years because I have not hunted in 3 years. I'm a relatively new bow hunter. Before, I just hunted modern gun, basically. We have a camp about 3 hours south of my hometown that we go and stay every year. We try to stay about a week. But I'm going to really try to do some bow hunting this year. 3 years ago, I actually killed a really big 8-point, well, big for me 8-point, out here, and so it just got me hooked on bow hunting. And so I was really wanting to do it this year. If you guys watched my previous videos, you've known I've had some health problems. It's kind of hard for me to walk long distances or do a lot of like heavy physical stuff. I get really out of breath. I get really tired. But like I said, I consider not bow hunting, but I just decided I'm not going to get down about it. I'm just going to go ahead and go do it. I'm going to do what I can. I'm only going to have a couple hours to scout before it gets too dark. So what I'm going to do, where you first pull in, there's a parking area, and there's some flat area right around there that you can hunt. The problem is that every hunter that's out there, and there's not a whole lot of hunters on this WMA. It's a pretty small WMA as far as that goes. We usually hunt further down south from here, about an hour, hour and a half, where actually a lot of our really good fishing holes are. And that's a much bigger area to hunt. I mean, you can walk out there for a long time and not see another hunter. But out here is very small. The good thing is they do not have a gun season here at all. So it's bow hunting only year round, which is super, super nice. The deer are a lot less pressured out here, and they've not been shot at, at all. Around here we have a doe only hunt. We have muzzleloader. We have modern gun. By the time we get to modern gun, usually any of the other WMAs, the deer have been shot at so much that they've been so pressured, they're already going into their, what I call modern gun habits, which, is coming out later in the evening. They're a lot harder to see. Here, being bow only, deer are a lot less pressured. There's not very many people that hunt this. Should be some really good hunting. Well, unfortunately, my vlogging camera, for some reason, is shutting off. So, you guys are just going to have to deal with the cell phone camera quality here. This is it. This is where we'll be hunting. This is the entrance to it. This is so grown up compared to what it was when I was out here 3 years ago. We have an option here. If you turn left, there's a little field right here. That's definitely the most easily accessible place to get into. But I'm not really sure, because I'm sure that's going to be a very, very, very popular place to hunt. Alright guys, we're here in the parking area, so I'm going to go ahead and get to trekking. I think first I may head up and look at our stand that we used to have, see if I can even make that climb. If I can't, I'm going to make my way around the base of the mountain here, and that way we can find maybe a more flat area that's closer to the parking area here to do a little hunting. So yeah, let's get trekking. This is a little bit away from the parking area. I know about right here in the woods, there's an old roadway that cuts down through there, and I know that's probably going to be a pretty good place to hunt, but I don't know what it's going to look like right now, because like I said, all this is so grown up from what it was. All this used to be actually mowed. They would actually come down here and bush hog all this down, this big field, but they've let it grow up now. So yeah, we're actually going to go over here this way. That's the mountain up there. Our stand is up there. I'm actually going to add a little waypoint on this area. I like the way this looks. It's out in the middle of the quote-unquote field, but as you can see behind me, that's what I just came through. It's really, really thick now. And I'm a little out of breath. I'm taking a little breather, but I really like this area because I could sit up here and still be really concealed. There's a little rise right there I could sit up on. And I've got this pretty open area where I feel like I could probably get a shot off pretty easily. Catch deer crossing this little dry creek bed. But again, guys, sorry for the camera quality. I know my Camera's having trouble with the low lighting, but yeah, we're gonna set a waypoint for this location, and as a possible spot. So I like this little area as well. This is just up from that hollow. It's back there in those trees, and I kind of like this little spot as well. I think they might use this to work in and out of the woods. Like I said, this used to all be field right here that I'm standing in. So I think this might be a good little spot, because I feel like they're going to use these woods right here in this gap to get back and forth. This is the hardwoods where that stand is located. We're going to walk on down there and see what it looks like down there. What's really odd is where I'm walking right now used to actually be dirt when I killed that big 8-point out of here. This was a dirt road. They had, when they first opened this, like I said, they bush hogged and cleared this entire field, and they had made basically a logging road in and out of here, right down the edge of the woods. And so this all used to be pure dirt, and now it looks just like the field. The only thing is a little clearer, a little easier to walk in, which is the reason I hightailed it over to this area. But anyway, hopefully we'll get to where our entrance to the woods to go up to our stand is. Alright guys, we made it up in the woods. This actually wouldn't be a bad spot to sit. You could sit up there on the hill and see this pretty open area right here. I'm going to start going up the hill and seeing how far I can make it. I'm really out of breath, my heart's racing, so I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. If my chest starts hurting or anything, I'm probably going to just stop and call it quits. And I'll probably just hunt here, because like I said, there's a pretty good acorn tree right here dropping acorns all over the ground. So I'm going to just head up the hill just a little ways and see what I can find. This is what you do not want to run out into in the middle of the woods. Big old nasty fat spider. Yeah, I almost ran face first into that dude. He was actually hiding up there under that leaf. I threw this leaf in the middle of his web, and I'm talking about he came shooting out, and now look at him. He's separating out the web to get the leaf out of the middle of it so he can repair it. I'm telling you, I hate those creatures, the passion. I just don't like them. Alright guys, I had to give up. Finally found the entrance in the woods where you go to get up the hill, and I'm just not going to make it to the stand. It's just too much. My chest has started hurting. I'm out of breath. So my heart's racing. I'm not going to make it up there. So what we're going to do is I think I'm actually going to hunt right here. This is, like I said, straight down the hill from that stand. And these are a nice little cleared out spot right here where you come into the woods. And I think it's going to be good. As you can see, the woods are pretty open where I'm at. I've got a good 30 yards I can shoot that way. I can technically shoot uphill if I needed to, probably 20 yards or so. And I've got 40 yards this direction or down, even back down the hill toward the field that I could shoot. I know deer use this path because, like I said, this is a natural funnel. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's actually a ravine right here behind me. That ravine continues all the way up the hill. Then there's actually a ravine right over here on my other side that goes up the hill that way. So this works as like a natural funnel and funnels these deer up this path. Deer, just like humans, they're going to use the path of least resistance. I finally got my breath back. But yeah, I wished I could go up to the stand. I do. I really want to go hunt that stand in the morning, because I know I'm not going to run into anybody. Nobody's going to mess with me up there. Like I said, that's actually on private land up this hill. It turns into private land here really soon. But I'm just not going to be able to make it up there to it. I know I keep saying I'm headed back to the truck, but I can't help but video some more just to how pretty all this is. I'm actually back out in that field from where I was talking about hunting a while ago. I actually think I heard one walking just on the other side of the ridge from me right here. So I think that's going to be a great place to go sit. We're going to walk down here. There's a little pond, just a little shallow kind of water pond out here in the middle of this field. We're going to go look around the banks of it for any kind of deer sign and see if those deer are using that pond. And like I said, that freshwater stream's right over there. So that should work out really well. This is that little pond I was talking about earlier. There's actually no mud bank around it like I hoped there was. But this is only, oh, you can see how far it is to the woods that I'll be hunting. I don't know how good this place will be even. Maybe sit here up in this ridge on this bank. That's pretty cool. I've really got to get trucking now though, because it really is going to get dark on me. Well guys, I made somewhat of a mistake. What I thought I was doing was cutting straight from the woods, straight over to the road, and I'd have a nice comfortable road to walk down. I was being dumb. I didn't look at my GPS, and I didn't look to see. This is a lot farther this way. Back the other way, I'd cut straight back to it, but I had to crawl through some stuff, so I thought, well, the field would be more open. It's not, as you can see behind me. That grass over there is taller than I am, and it is extremely difficult to walk through. I should have turned around at the pond and just worked my way back, but I was trying to save a little bit of time. So anyway, I'm going to continue on. I can only take about 20 or 30 steps before I have to stop again. It's taking me a long time to get back to the truck, but maybe I'll make it. Oh, mercy. Right now I'm just trying to keep my feet moving. I really don't want to be out here during the dark. This stuff is so thick. Alright guys, that was a big mistake. Woo! So, from where I was at, I was going to cut back over here to the road that you come in on. Being a big dummy, I didn't look at my GPS. It's a lot further to go over to that road, because I didn't realize this road cuts back over again. So, I walked about halfway to the road, and then I had to come up and come all the way back to the parking area. You saw how thick that grass was. Oh, I didn't think I was going to make it. Either way, I'm back in the truck now. I got the AC running. I'm alright. Heart's slowing down some. That was horrible. I could only take about 30 steps and then have to stop and catch my breath. Either way, we're back at the truck. I am going to go into town and get something to eat with the family. My wife, my daughter, my mom, my stepdad. I'm going to go get something to eat, recoup a little bit, come back and hit it first thing in the morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching the channel. I just realized I'm looking over here and the camera's over here. Appreciate you guys watching the channel. I can't even talk. Sorry again for the video quality. It's on my cell phone, but I'm going to go get something to eat and we'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night.